Judy from Witchpeace Craft. Welcome to today's video. Recording it on a Thursday to upload on Friday. So, what have I been up to? Not a lot. On the weekend, I didn't have any crafting joe at all. I couldn't really be bothered. And I decided I would review my inventory, and I found my notebook from last year's markets. On all the notes I took on what sold, what people requested, that sort of thing. And that's what I decided I would do this week. That the ones that I thought were really good sellers, I would make more of, even though I have quite an extensive inventory for the upcoming market in November. However, it is a big market, and I got an email saying all the stall bays have gone. They have sold out. There is nothing left. It is a huge market. And December market, organized by the same people, is probably half or less than half that size. So hopefully I'll have enough stuff to carry me through. I'll probably have enough stuff to carry me through for 3 years. Anyway, reviewing my notes from my markets last year, that's what I decided I would make. Because last year is probably the first year I introduced plushies to my store. I had amigurumi toys and lots of other things, but I never really made plushies. I'm just moving my cup of tea out of the way in case I knock it flying. And one of the plushies I introduced was chickens in an egg. Ta-da! And how many did I have? I made 3. And I sold 3 out at my market, all in one market. So I decided I would make 3 chickens in an egg. Done, 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 done. So there you go. The pattern is by Cozy Hooked Creations on Etsy. It's a paid for pattern. I think she might have it on sale at the moment. I picked mine up on a really good price on sale. But there you go. I made 3. I sold 3. That got me thinking. Because my inventory level is, I don't have a lot of one item other than tea towels. I usually kept my inventory stock level to 3. Well, some of the better sellers I've decided to increase to 4. So I'm probably going to make another chicken in an egg. I don't know what color yet. We will see. So I've got a yellow one, a terracotta one, a brown one. What color chicken do you reckon I should do? They're all going to have white eggs. So that's 3, and I'm going to increase that to 4. They did really sell very quickly, and I did get asked for more. So why? I think 4 is enough in case they've already reached their saturation point and people aren't interested. What else have I got? So I use blanket yarn or mill ends, and the hook size depends on the yarn I'm using. And as you can see, they turn out different sizes. So that's another decision I've made this year. I'm going to set my stall up in like price point. I'm going to have like $15 items, $10 items, $8 items, and then the bigger stuff separate, and just have some groups of items so that parents can show their kids or go to the $10 items. They don't get distracted by items they can't afford. So that's what I'm going to do. And they will be, because of different sizes, different prices. So my next item that I sold, and sold quickly out of, that I made last year, was positive potatoes. I made 3 and I sold 2, and it was at my last market for the year. And I thought, well, I'm going to make some more. So I made 2 more in the golden potato color. I really like these. I really like making them. I don't know why. I just do. I just love it. And they are Reebs's favorite out of everything I make. He loves the faces and the way they look. It is a free tutorial with chronically crochet crystal. All the tutorial and pattern links hopefully will be in the description below. So this is mill end yarn, and someone told me this is Bernay Mystical. It does look like it, but who knows. So I made 2 in there, and then I made little Pontiac, because we have these red potatoes called Pontiacs, and I made one in that, which is mill end yarn, but as you can see, different sizes. So the same thing. That's why I'm going to have different prices and just have price setups on my stall. Same again. I either use 4mm, 5mm crochet hook, depending on the yarn. And have I said it? I love making these. And Reeves thinks the faces are great. And I have embroidered eyes on everything at the moment. So the next thing, looking at my notes, I realized that every market I've had, I make a yip yip, and it's probably one of the first 5 items to sell. It sells very quickly, but I've only ever made one and taken it to market. And I've made another one. Ta-da! A yip yip. Now, I sell these for $25. They do take a lot of yarn because of the fringe. The eyes are my way of doing them, because the pattern I uses ping pong balls and you glue felt to them, and I didn't like that idea. I do stitch down inside my pipe cleaner, but it is a pipe cleaner. But I made a yip yip. Now thinking, well, I always sell one, should I make 2? I have made a second one. I just haven't put the eyes and the pipe cleaner on it. I finished the fringe last night, so I have to show you that in another video. So shall we see how 2 go? Because I think, you know, $25.30 is an expensive item. This area is really suffering at the moment economically, people with work and whatever you, and that's why I want to have a lot of little things for, say, $10 that parents could buy for Christmas and put in their stockings or wrap them up. But yes, my yip yip. As Reeves always says to me, it's the boomers. As soon as they see them, the boomer wants it. Because they're on Sesame Street all those years ago. But they do turn out really well. They are hard on my hands. That's probably why I've only ever made 1 and never quite finished 2. But because it's not till November, I'm determined to finish the second one. But yeah, they would take, this is Modivera blanket yarn, one of the new colors, the red, which is a spotlight yarn, and takes most of the ball by the time you've done the fringe. And the thing I do different too is I knot each end of the fringe, because it will shed a little even with the knots, but I think the knots help it. But there you go. I love the yip yip. I think he's yip yip. Very nice. So that's a Ravelry pattern by Carissa Browning. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. I have probably made, over the years, at least 10 of these yip yips and sold them. They're quite popular. I wouldn't go crazy and make a lot. I don't think I'd have 4 in my inventory for one market, but I would keep 2. And if I sell 2, it'll get increased to 3. It depends on how they sell. Now, my bread and butter item, my number 1 seller, is my tea towels with my tutorial crochet topper. It's a demonstration. I have a video on YouTube. If you're interested in giving it a go, try it out. I will link it either up above or at the end. But because I carry about 40 to a market, and I'm probably at about 36 at the moment, I decided I would do a couple of tea towel toppers, working towards my 40 inventory limit. Because, why do I have 40? One market, I sold 39, and it was the November market, the big market. I had 1 left, and that was it. So 40 is the limit, and I'm expecting these sales to drop off because I noticed at the April market 2 other ladies had started doing the tea towels and my sales were down. Nervous hiccups. Sorry. It's just video recording. It happens. It's awful. It doesn't even happen in formal meetings. Must be nerves. So that was my market prep for this week, trying to get something that inspires me, knowing that I have sold them before I will sell them. And then I've been watching other people who make plushies for markets and getting ideas from them. And one of the ideas, because I have so many amigurumis, I got from Robin at Knotting Hook Crochet. She did a clearance bin where she marked them down a couple of dollars and put them all in a clearance bin, and people could help themselves and get one a little cheaper. Now I do have some amigurumis that I've been carting around for a while that don't sell, and I thought, well, that's a good idea. I'll mark them down and I'll have a clearance bin of some of my amigurumis. I do it with my beanies and I do sell them, but I've never thought to do it with my amigurumi. I don't know why. So I really like watching Robin from Knotting Hook Crochet because she's always trying different patterns and is really informative. So, number 1 idea, I'm going to do a clearance bin. So, being Thursday this weekend, I thought, well, I'm going to work out and put in a separate bag the items I'm going to put on clearance. Well, today on a break, I was watching Travel Crochet Tracy. Hi, Tracy. She lives down the road in Harvey Bay. Quite a way down the road, actually. A few hundred kilometres. But she was showing what she sold at markets, and she showed her mystery bags. Now, I've always seen people do mystery bags and mystery boxes. But her explanation today made me think I should give it a go. I should put I looked at what she did. I didn't see what she put in them, but she had listed large plushie, medium plushie, little plushie, or key ring. And I thought I could do that. I could do some mystery bags, and maybe I'll aim for 5. I think she took 10 and sold 7. But she's got quite a following. You know, this is a one-off market for me. And I thought, with it being November and the big market where people do a lot of Christmas shopping, I'll do 5. Or maybe I will do 10. Who knows? But I thought that was a great idea, because then I started to think about what I could put in them. So since coming home, I looked at my inventory, and some of the plushies I haven't sold that I don't really want to put in a clearance bin, but I could buddy them up with someone and have like a $20 mystery bag like Tracy. So Tracy, you've inspired me, or I'm stealing your idea along with Robin. But that's it. I mean, she's a couple of 100 kilometres away, so I don't feel bad. I think it's great that she shared her information with us as what she does, and that was awesome. So make sure you check out both channels. I learn a bit from each of them all the time, especially when it comes to plushies, because I consider myself a beginner. But there you go. That's about it for me in this video. A bit of market prep. What have you been up to? And what do you suggest for market prep? What would you put in a mystery bag? What do you believe is a really good seller? Like, I do sell turtles, but I have 4 turtles that I've shown you earlier in the year. And whether I make more turtles, I don't know, because I do live very close to the Great Barrier Reef, and we live in the area where the rainforest meets the beach, or the rainforest meets the reef. That's our motto up here. So maybe I will make some sea life or turtle. Well, I've got 4 turtles. I really don't want to have more than 4 of anything. And they're usually across a price range. They start at 10 and finish at 20. And that's my price range. I do have $5 items and $8 items, but they're generally one-offs that I've made and thought, they're all right, but they're only little or what have you. So yes, let's make some suggestions on what you think would be a number 1 seller. And what's your favorite? Is it the chicken and the egg, the positive potato, which I do a little card sign with it saying why he's a positive potato. Or my yip yip. Which do you like best? I don't know. The yip yip's my favourite. The potato is Rebs' favourite. Anthony Thing doesn't really care. He's just like, yeah, more crochet. So, that's it, guys. Stay safe, stay well, and make sure you're having one crafty day a week. It's good for your mental health. Bye for now.